Yo, yo, yo. Salute to the people. Big ups, big ups. Positive vibes always. You already know. Congratulations once again. You know, whenever I do any of these streams, I'm extremely humbled by just by the successes that we have, the consistency that we have, the progress that we're making all together, the things that we're doing collectively, the impact that we're having on people's lives specifically. I want to shout out two specific members of the community. One of them, without getting too personal, one member recently informed me that because of the things we've been able to do and the efforts and the work that I've been able to put forth, they were able to send their family on a dream vacation to Dubai. So shout out to that member. That was extremely awesome to hear, right? Because sometimes you kind of get these blinders on where you're just like working all the time, and um, you know it's work, 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 and you kind of lose sight of the impact that it's having on people, and it's just awesome to hear stories like that. So I really appreciate it. So shout out to that member. Also, another member recently informed me that they were been able to better themselves, their situation financially, um take care of themselves, put themselves in a better spot. I don't want to get too specific, obviously, out of respect for the people, but I just want to say shout out to those people. They know who they are. And this is pretty recent information, so salute to you guys. Big ups, big ups. um you know well, as we're going to get into this video, today's video is actually really, really special, and that's why I decided to title it, their levels to this game, to this profession, right? This hobby, this hustle, this business. There's definitely levels to it. And whenever you have a specific game that kind of goes exactly as you predicted it or put it together, it's just that more of a confirmation how in sync and accurate your work is. So, today was awesome all across the board. I'll get into exactly why, but yeah, it just was another message from the universe that we're doing the right thing, we're on the right path, we're making strides and progress, and we're just in our own lane. We're doing our own thing, we're worrying about ourselves, my community, and just that's pretty much it. We don't have time for anything else that's going on. So yeah, man, just congratulations and positive vibes and progress and big ups to everybody for supporting me, saluting me, sharing the work, you know, so on and so forth. Okay. So I want to say congratulations directly to the community on another night of perfection, right? Another night of flawless activity. Um, the unique thing about what I do, and it's been at this point now because I've been doing it for 4 years, ever since I started. Um, I have a really focused attack, right? Ever since the beginning, I've come to understand and realize that at least for myself, when I started focusing in on one game, was really really beneficial for me, right? It's been something I've preached since the very, very beginning of when I started publishing my work, when I started building up my community from the ground up, and it's been something that several other platforms, communities, sports handicappers, decoders. It's been something that everybody has simultaneously just all of a sudden adopted and kind of plagiarized and copycatted and so on and so forth, right? All of a sudden now you have kind of this focused energy and this realization um that all of it just makes sense now to just attack one game, right? So I take it as it's flattery, right? Plagiarism is a form of flattery, and that's fine. It just reaffirms what I've always thought from the beginning, that what I do actually works. It's a very very sound strategy. And because of that, you've seen just so many people from just spring up out of nowhere and kind of do the exact same thing or try to do the exact same thing, but it's very very difficult um to be consistent and be profitable at the rate in which I myself am doing, right? As well as my community, since they we're one unit, they follow me. um so I'm proud of that, and I want to say it's very very humbling just to kind of see that going on now all over the place and know exactly where that came from. um so let's get into the game, right? I'm already talking too much, so let's get into the game. Okay, so the game I want to talk about today um was my game to focus in on, and for those of you that don't believe it or whatever, I usually don't do this, but I'll just show you guys kind of like this was the content that I put out earlier today. um out of just to show people, out of respect to the people that actually pay for the content, we'll just leave it at that. But the play was the Chicago Cubs today on the run line. And for those of you that aren't aware of what the run line is, the run line is kind of like a point spread in baseball. Um, so the run line actually awards you as an underdog a run and a half cushion, right? So plus 1.5 runs. Today's play was the Chicago Cubs on the run line plus 1.5 runs. Okay. Um, versus the Houston Astros. Okay. So I'll bring up the game as you guys just saw. You don't have to take my word for it. That was the actual content that I published, right? Just you could, but it's protected at the same time for the people that actually support me directly and pay for the content. We won't show the entirety of what was published, but as you guys saw, it was the Chicago Cubs on the run line. Now, as you guys can see, the final score of the game was Houston defeating Chicago 7-6, but because the Chicago Cubs only lost by 1 run, they covered the run and a half. Therefore, the Chicago Cubs plus 1.5 runs was successful, right? And this was the only play of the day, in my opinion, was the best play of the day. Um, and that was at a minus 130 uh money line. So you were able to get that minus 130, so you had to risk $130 to win 100, which is still a good price, especially when you're getting a run and a half. um and Chicago was in control most of the game. They gave it up in the eighth and ninth inning, but at the end of the day, it didn't matter because they covered the run and a half. So it was a perfect day, a flawless day, an incredible day, um, because it just reaffirmed how I felt prior to the game starting. Now I could have, said I'll take the Chicago Cubs, right? But because I have so many years of doing this and so many games under my belt, and I take the responsibility of actually giving picks out very, very serious. In my opinion, the run and a half was the best way in which to attack this game. Now, as you can see, the game is final, and we needed every every piece of that run and a half because we just won by a hook, right? A half a run. So it basically, just solidifies, kind of like my expertise in what I do, what I publish, how serious I take it, my approach, right? So on and so forth. And I'm just glad that we were successful. Um, and it was a great game. So congratulations to everybody that took part in this specific game. And we were right on top of the way in which this game decided to unfold. So congratulations, salute to everybody. Big ups to my Sharks, my Sharps, my veterans. You guys know who you are. To the entire community, even the new people that have come aboard. You know what I mean? And we're still growing. So and it's games like this, where people learn things because not everybody is aware of like a money line or a run line. Not everybody is aware of a run line. Whereas, in a baseball game, it's kind of like the point spread. Oftentimes people only are aware of, you having to bet the winner of the game, one of two teams. But this was an example and just an opportunity for me to teach people about this other opportunity that you have, to take a run line, and of course on these platforms like DraftKings, FanDuel, so on and so forth, they even give you an extra opportunity to take additional run lines of like plus 2.5, plus 3.5. Now, obviously, that's getting really, really creative. But I like to keep it to the typical run line or the typical money line. We don't want to confuse the people. We don't want to scare them with too much, just an overload of bets or whatever. But yeah, the run line is a very, very unique way in which to attack games, and today was just a prime example on how we needed every all of that run line to win this game. So congratulations, everybody. Salute to my supporters. Salute to my, as you guys can see, I have it going across the ticker. If you're not already familiar, the link for my webpage, the link for my community is in the description of all my videos. And if you want to look up my page on Patreon, it is Flipping the Script Sports. Okay. Um, it's very, very unique. There's been people that have tried to duplicate my name and try to start other communities and confuse the people. But that's why I have a direct link below all my videos, so it takes you directly to my page. So salute. And we have the family ticker going on at the bottom. Hey, Mrs. Futures, who's in the building. Salute, babe. Um, salute to the family, all the Futures family. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the community. Appreciate you guys. And again, just another great a great win. Another notch on the belt. Another W to add to the resume. And yeah, it's just awesome, man. So I appreciate you guys for checking this out. Just if you can click that like button, in spite of the censorship that I constantly deal with from YouTube. Obviously, they don't want this type of information to get out there the way in which, especially at what we're doing and the things we've been able to do. But the likes do help, I guess, or maybe they don't. I don't know. But yeah, the likes, the shares, everything is appreciated. So thank you. Um, salute to my brother in the building, Coney, aka you already know, Mr. Matt. Big ups, I appreciate that. And Mr. Garcia, salute to you guys. Exactly, we needed all that extra 1.5. You already know. So yeah, man, I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Please remember to help and share and get this video out. And if you're not already a member of the community, you're already down massive units. Okay. Today is just another example of how there are definitely levels to this business, to this, profession, to this, hobby, hustle, whatever you want to call it. There's definitely levels to it. And just another great night and example of exactly that. So, as I love to say on my channel, Gematria at its finest, easiest 1, 2, 3. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Victor, aka Mr. Futures, and I'm out of here. Peace out.